standard foundation or a lifestyle base. Typically they say, well, what's a lifestyle base? And then you can start your presentation. So when I talk about functionality, there's a few questions that I ask. Do you watch TV in bed? Do you read in bed? Do you work on a computer, a laptop, or iPad in bed? 80% of the time, they're going to say yes to at least one of those. My follow-up question is, how do you typically do that? And they're going to tell you, I stuff pillows behind my head, I sit up against the headboard, that type of thing. Then my response is, if I could show you a more convenient way to do that, would you be interested? So it's all non-abrasive, very easy questions. And they're always going to ask, they're always going to say yes. So then I talk about adjusting them. I always want to make sure they know that I'm going to be raising your head, I'm going to be raising your feet, just in case if they had injuries or a problem with that.
Vertigo, if they have vertigo or anything like that, you're going to set them off in a spell of vertigo. So if they get dizzy easy, laying flat or laying down, all of a sudden you're adjusting them up, you're going to see their face turn white and they're going to get really sick.
So it's good to have garbage right next to it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just asking, do you have vertigo? Because I'm going to bring this garbage a little closer.
Or do you have motion sickness? Usually that's what I'll say is, do you have motion sickness? I have a remote, I'm going to adjust them up.
Yeah, so adjust them up, and maybe we can get a volunteer to lay down so I can just kind of go through this. Any volunteers?
Oh, God, yeah.
See, is there a pillow?
And I'm a heavy one, so this will work.
Perfect. And pillow. What was your name?
Brad.
Brad. So Brad, how do you like the mattress?
I love this, man.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. So I want to just talk to you a little bit about some options with the foundation and the base. We can do a traditional box spring. You have a frame at home.
I do.
So we could do that, or I could show you a lifestyle base. Would you be
Lifestyle
interested-
base?
Would you be interested in seeing that?
Yes.
Awesome. So let me ask you a couple questions. Do you watch TV in bed?
Oh, yeah.
Read in bed?
No.
Work on a computer, laptop?
Electronic
Video
devices.
games?
I do play video games.
Okay, perfect. So how do you typically do that?
Whole bunch of pillows.
Lots of pillows? Perfect. Does that work good, or would you like a more convenient way to do that?
You know, it doesn't work that good. I'm always uncomfortable.
Perfect. So what I want to do is show you some options, and as I do that, I'm going to raise your head to start, and we're probably going to go to that perfect viewing position for watching TV. So as I raise your head, you can notice it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Quiet, very responsive. I want to make sure you're in the perfect position. So, is that high enough, or would you like to go higher?
To go a little
A
higher.
little higher?
Oh, that's not.
Perfect?
Mm-hmm.
So, I always want to say perfect, is that great? So that at the end, after they said perfect, great, I love it, they can't go, that was the worst thing that ever happened to me. So the more positives throughout the presentation, the better. So the other great thing about this, Brad, is has what we call a head tilt. And so you're aware, some of the models out there automatically head tilt, which is not, most people don't like that. They want to be able to customize it. So this is actually a separate motor where that would be attached and automatically changes. So what I want to do, Brad, is tilt your head just to make sure it's perfect for you.
Did you say a separate motor?
Yeah.
Well, that's
That's
quite
another
nice.
motor.
You like that?
I do.
Can I raise it, lower it? Is it
Oh,
perfect?
Maybe raise
I want
just a
that
little.
right there.
So we'll go up just a little bit more.
Nice.
Perfect?
Perfect.
So the other nice thing about this is it's not just the head, but I can raise your feet up a little bit. And typically on this one, on this part of the presentation, I don't raise the feet as much, just a little bit to make sure you're comfortable. The other part of raising the feet, how's that?
That's
Nice?
I like it.
So the other part of that, raising the feet, and this is real easy to remember, make them comfortable, make them uncomfortable, and then make them comfortable again. That's my presentation. So, as you watch your TV, play your video games, is that like perfect ideal?
Yes.
Can I change anything?
No.
Okay, awesome. So the other great thing about this is we actually have some lumbar support. Let me just show you that. And again, I want to make sure this is perfect for you.
Craig, can I interject real quick? So one of the best selling techniques is to get it in their hands. Like have them hold it, have them possess it, that it's theirs. So you actually explain to them how the remote goes over, like make them uncomfortable and do all that stuff. But as soon as you're showing them all the extra features, put it in their hands, show it to them, and have them hold it so that it's theirs. And they're controlling it. They're able to see it and say, "This is mine. I want this. I don't want to give this up." Great psychology technique, selling technique. Works every time.
So I'm going to disagree
For
because
go for it.
because as soon as you hand this to them, they forget, they don't hear what you're saying. So you need to do your presentation
Yeah,
first,
after.
and then after you're done, and I'll show you that, how I do it. Because the biggest mistake we make as associates, sales associates, is, hey, let me show you this thing, and they take it from you, then you have no more control of the sale. They're gonna be, what does this button do? What is that? So you can't go through your presentation. So I agree that it's the ownership, but only after you're done with your presentation. So,
Best practice, do it at a quote. So basically you say, yes, we decompress your back, or we did whatever, we showed you the functionality of the base, and then disappear.
Is it all one or two
Okay, I'm
times?
sorry,
After
what
the
did you
presentation,
say?
you mentioned, after presentation, let me write some numbers down for you. Here's the remote. And then it's up to them to kind of
Is
play
it the
around
one-
with it.
no, we're
And
closing
then
now.
if
Is
you
it the
show
one
them
or two
something in the
times?
presentation
So they
that
do
they're not
close-
necessarily
we are
doing or
closed
getting,
tomorrow.
say, I borrow that again, and then you
What
reiterate what you
mattress
just
are you
sold
looking at?
to hit that, that one key point.
yeah, and I'll show you how I do it. It's kind of both of those.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Brad,
afternoon, 5
perfect?
o'clock.
I am
5
so
o'clock is the
comfortable.
latest.
Looks like you're ready to
Mattresses
fall
will be here
asleep.
too.
The mattresses will be
Almost.
here. The mattresses will
So,
be here too.
are you currently on a flatbed at home, right?
I am.
So this is making them uncomfortable. So what I'm going to do is put you in that same flat position you are at home. You just push the button, and Brad, as this adjusts, you're going to actually feel like you're being stretched out, uncomfortable, and you're probably going to want to sit up to relieve that pressure.
So this is your make uncomfortable
Yeah.
and then make comfortable.
What do you think? Feels different, right?
Yeah, you ruined my bed at home.
So, I mean, you can feel it's just not near as comfortable. You got to adjust a little bit. So at this point, I'd go into the health benefits and ask the health questions. Brad, do you suffer from any back pain?
Oh, I do lower back.
How about acid reflux, snoring, sleep
Oh,
apnea?
I snore so bad.
So, if I could show you how we could relieve some of that pressure on your back, it would be very helpful.
Oh, yeah, the neighbors would like that.
So, the way I relieve pressure, and this is different, so we're gonna raise your feet higher, and as I raise your feet higher than we did in that first part, you're gonna feel that pressure come off your lower back. So again, just, it will be okay to adjust that now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna raise that up. And again, this part is gonna be higher, and usually about right there, you can feel that pressure being relieved. Can you feel that?
I do.
Any higher, or is that
Yeah, just a titch higher.
a little bit higher?
That's comfortable.
Perfect. So the other great thing about this, Brad, is anytime your feet are above your heart, increases your circulation. Really good for your circulation in your body, and very, very healthy. So that you're not uncomfortable, I'm going to raise your head up just a little bit. How's that?
Really comfortable.
Perfect?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So, this is really healthy, helps take your pressure off your lower back, really helps you relax. You're on your feet a lot, ankles swell up. I travel a lot by airplane. Every time I get to my hotel room after a long flight, I elevate my feet, I put pillows underneath it because it's such a healthy way to relax. The other nice thing about this is what I call passive exercise. Anytime you can stimulate your blood flow without actually getting on the treadmill is pretty awesome.
I'm all for that.
And so how we do that is what we call dual massage. So let me show you that if that's okay. I'm going to turn that on. I usually start at the foot. You feel that?
I can.
So the nice thing about the massage is you can intensify that each time you push the button, head or foot. It increases it. And then the massage symbol in the center changes the pulse. So you have three different settings there. So I'm going to turn the head on a little bit for you.
Greg, how do you describe the pulsations or like the different settings of massage?
So the demonstration, I just go through it. Like I can show you the. Does that feel that different?
It's the intensity, just quicken.
Or rhythm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
rhythm,
it's just the intensity
pulsation,
or the rhythm.
and it
That
just
one tickles.
it just depends on the individual which one they like, but you just kind of have to go through it. Is that enough massage, or would you like that turned up a little bit?
Turn it up.
Okay.
Oh,
How's
never
that?
gonna leave.
So the nice thing about this, Brad, is a lot of people actually helps them relax quicker and fall asleep faster because it's so soothing. In the case that you were to fall asleep after 30 minutes, it's automatically going to shut off. But you can set timers depending, like, I'm pretty tired tonight. 10 minutes, I'm going to probably be out. You can set the timer for 10 minutes, 20, or 30. So it's a really nice function.
So how do you, I don't know how to do that. I can see it and I hit buttons and it turns on the 10 to 20, but what's the process? You start with a time?
Timer all off, yeah,
Yeah.
before you even push the massage, timer all off, you pick 10, 20, 30, so just hit the
I'll
timer
have to
all
go
off.
back and
And
look
Okay.
at it.
It'll light up.
Yeah,
It is.
it'll light up each time, so push timer all off, 10-minute, timer all off, 20-minute, timer all off, 30-minute, and then you take the massage.
And do a massage. Program your minutes first. Okay.
But like I said, after 30 minutes, it'll automatically shut off.
Or 10.
Oh, you would be jealous.
Oh, it's programmed.
It automatically,
Oh.
most bases out there will shut off at 30 minutes.
Yeah, and you're one of the only ones that do the 10 and the 20.
Yeah, that's a new function for a lot of bases, is the timer.
Okay.
So Brad,
Mm.
you look pretty relaxed.
I'm falling asleep.
I mean, it's only 8:30, you're already ready to sleep again.
Yeah.
Must have had a hard night. Anyway. So at this point, I always like to find out, on a scale of 1 to 10, Brad, how would you rate this lifestyle base?
A 9.
9. So if they say 4, probably not very interested, right? 7 to 10, they're very, very interested. So Brad, I'm trying to remember, did you want to do a one-piece king or 2 twin XLs?
Probably a queen.
Queen.
Mhm.
Queen. So let me check if this is in stock and how soon would Saturday work for delivery for you?
Let's see. This afternoon would probably be.
Yeah, that's really pushing it, but let me see what I can do. That's when I give them the remote and go find out inventory. So that's also where they're gonna give you the objection, right? Like, wait a second, I don't know if I want this, but if you just do that soft assumptive close, you're gonna find out what the objection is. Well, how much is this gonna cost? I don't know that I want this, but if you go through that and ask those qualifying questions, is that perfect, how does that feel? Rating it from 1 to 10, you're gonna really know the level of interest, and that assumption close works great for me.
Say that again, you said the 1 to 10 thing, how did you language that?
So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the very best, how would you rate this lifestyle base in your new mattress? So the other thing, so here they're gonna say, well, one objection, I can afford the mattress right now, but not the base. I recommend that if it were my store, I would say you're gonna have to get this approved. You know, the nice thing about buying our setting out, at any time, we can add that adjustable base. And if you do that within the next 6 months, I'll give you a full refund on the box spring.
Put one of each side.
So that's a good way to commit them. You
We
have
do
a
60 days, yeah.
you have a tickler file, and I think they'll probably approve 6 months because, I mean, that's a great, it's like selling another mattress, right?
So as far as the 60 days though, what about delivery? Like pick up and drop off, or are you just gonna waive that fee, or they're gonna have to pay an additional 50?
No, they paid a 50.
Because they're buying a new base.
But still, I mean, that's the thing is if they're going from $400, if they're getting $400 back, that's kind of credited towards their adjustable base. That's how I
That's a
usually
good
put it.
incentive.
Usually this adjustable base is $3,400. You swap it, that's $3,000.
Nice.
So 3,000.
Yeah, I mean, it's like selling another mattress
Yeah.
6 months later,
Yeah.
so.
You just up the sale.
It
a
builds,
couple
it
$1,000s.
builds that customer, and it's always in the back of their mind, like, hey, I can do this in 6 months, so if you have a 2-month file, or I've gotta wait for my taxes, whatever it is, I get a bonus quarterly, you can get that built into the cell, and,
Yeah, I had somebody yesterday, and I did it kind of the exact opposite or parallel. He was like, well, should I buy a king or a, well, you're by yourself, so if you buy one twin XL, we can add that in 6 months, you know, or when you get married, or
You
we'll
get a
need it.
partner.
You can add it, we can tie it together. Oh, I can do it just the one, so it's half the price now, and I could add that and it'll act just like it. Absolutely, this dual king is totally available. So
Yeah.
that's a great point.
and everybody has their own demonstration. I mean, I've just trained lots and lots of people on this way, but I'm not doing a decompression like it sounds like you guys